So let me just provide a little context on what just happened, shall we? You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Okay, so Council today has gone further than most jurisdictions in Canada in starting to create a regulatory environment that would allow ride-sharing companies to operate. That said, we still are in a situation where Uber cars are not properly insured, and the provincial regulator has confirmed that they're not properly insured. And cars without proper insurance shouldn't be on the road, because if you hit a pedestrian, for example, what recourse does that person have? So it's important to get this right. Our friends at Uber have known for many, many months that they've got an insurance problem. They've admitted it publicly. They've been working on trying to fix it. I'm a bit baffled that they launched when the insurance product is just a few months away by all records. So given that, what happened today is Council started to put in place the regulations we need so that people can take ride-sharing products like Uber safely. So that'll come back to us no later than February. If Council chooses to pass the bylaw at that time and the insurance product is available, then there will be no further barriers to companies like Uber operating in Calgary.
What happens if the insurance isn't in place by then?
Okay, you first.
What happens if the insurance isn't in place by February 20th?
Well, we'll still have the regulation in place if Council passes the bylaw, such that when the insurance is ready, the city will already have done its job. So, basically for the last couple of years, we've had a list of to-dos, and Uber has had a list of to-dos. And we are working away on ours. We've nearly finished them, but Uber has to finish their half.
What happens in the meantime with Uber?
Well, if they were a responsible company, then I would suggest to them that they would probably want to pull their product off the road until that insurance product is available.
Question en français. Il y avait la question d'avoir les compagnies de taxi qui aient aussi leur propre application pour téléphone mobile dans ce que vous avez discuté là-dedans. Quelle va être la différence maintenant?
Dans beaucoup de villes, il y avait des problèmes avec les compagnies de taxi qui existent maintenant et avec Uber parce qu'il n'y a pas un level playing field. Et les règles que nous avons discutées aujourd'hui avaient la provision pour un level playing field parce que les compagnies de taxi qui existent maintenant peuvent utiliser leur propre app. Et si on fait leur propre app, on a les mêmes règles que Uber. Et si on fait street hailing ou dispatch par téléphone, il faut suivre les règlements qui existent maintenant. I would still prefer that Calgarians not get into an Uber cab unless there is proof of commercial insurance, such that you know that you're safe. I know that people are excited about this product, and certainly I've used it myself in many jurisdictions where it is legal. I know a lot of drivers are excited about it because they can make some more money, but we have to be able to do it in a way that's safe. So my recommendation to Calgarians is to continue to be patient until that insurance is in place, and once that barrier is gone, right away.
These changes also require Uber to make a certain amount of submission to the city in terms of its rules, or soon to be amended rules potentially. Is there any sign that Uber will agree to these changes?
Yeah, the really interesting thing about this whole situation is that Uber operates happily under a wide variety of different regulatory environments all over the world. In some cases, they have a product called Uber Taxi, which is indistinguishable from a regular taxi other than the app. In other places, they have a limo service, which is how they started. In much of Europe, they've abandoned, for now, the individual driver with their own car. So there's lots of different regulatory environments. And what Calgary is suggesting is basically the exact same environment they operate in their biggest markets, in New York and in California. And it seems to work very, very well there. So again, it's surprising they chose to launch before this was in place, because it's certainly true that they've been able to operate very well with these kinds of rules. And the rules are so basic, right? You have to have a criminal background check. That should be done by the police, not by the private company. You have to have a safety check on your automobile. Again, that should be done by the government, so that it is an independent safety check. You have to have an adequate driver's license, and you have to have insurance. I don't think there's a single Calgarian who would argue that those four things are logical and common sense, and I don't think Uber will argue that either.
If the bylaw comes back and the province has not made a decision, which is entirely possible, I think we were told there, but I just want to confirm that the Class 4, or that the current regulation would stand, that they would need full commercial insurance and a Class 4 license if the province didn't change it by February 25th?
My understanding from what is happening at the Superintendent of Insurance's office, which is a provincial office, is that they are working on a similar time frame. And they are a couple, 3 months away from having the product in place. If they don't have the product in place, well, it means that the city's completed our to-dos, and the moment they have the product in place, then the last barriers to Uber in Calgary will fall.
If other taxi companies have their own app, is the Calgary market still going to be interesting for Uber?
Oh oui, je crois que oui, parce qu'il y a des produits différents. Parce que le produit avec les taxis, les compagnies de taxis qui existent maintenant, est un produit qui est licencié, qui est insuré, toutes les choses comme ça, qui peut faire des pick-up à l'aéroport. Il y a beaucoup d'autres différences. La première autre différence est avec street hailing. Maintenant, on ne peut pas utiliser une voiture Uber sur la rue, mais on peut le faire avec un taxi.
Merci.